give y'all the backstory for those of you guys that don't know. First of all, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, and let me know what y'all think about this. We're gonna get to Bruce's response in a second, but I want to give my chat a little context. And make sure you guys drop a follow to the Twitch and the Kick to pull up to the live streams. We go live 5 days a week. But look, y'all. So this is BruceDropEmOff, who, hold on, let's see if I can find it. BruceRage Kai. Okay, so look. So these dudes right here, they were like a trio, right? So they're like a trio. Basically, they aren't a trio, but they were all organically friends that organically found each other, right? So they all came up, big black streamers. Yo, I said I was gonna stop saying that, but long story short, they were all cool and they did their individual thing and came together to do content and had a group called DYK where basically they do content on stream together, right? But then this is the real tea. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all my theory on what happened. I could be dead wrong, right? But this is what I think happened, okay? Because I watch all of them individually grow. I watched Kai from the beginning of his streams. I've been watching Rage for like 2-3 years at this point, and then I found Bruce kind of after. So this is kind of how it was at first. So we all know Kai's the biggest streamer right now, right? But it did not start off that way. Bruce was the biggest black streamer like for a minute, and to give him his respect, like, he's been streaming since he was 13. So now he's like 22, right? So it took him a long time to get to where he's at. Respectfully, like, he was the biggest one out of all three of them at first, but they all had like their own motion. Kai with AMP, Rage had his whole strong ass community, and then they start hanging out with each other on stream. And then the people, like, their community start meshing together because they all had like great personalities and shit. So this is where I think stuff start getting a little shaky, right? Because it's almost like Bruce like took Rage and Kai under his wing, so to speak, right? Because a lot of people these days are not gonna say that, but if we go back, that is what happened. Bruce was bigger than both of them. He was getting like, I mean, he had like 30,000 subs, almost 35-40,000 subs, like around the peak. He was averaging like 20-30,000 views a stream. Like, I mean, bro was like him, right? I mean, I still think he is him in his own way, but I'm saying, like, contextually it was Bruce, then it was like Kai, then it was Rage, right? But when they came together, they all start going up like a lot more, right? Because they're basically, it's like if your communities mesh, like, you're gonna grow faster. So I think the shift started to happen when Kai started outpacing everybody in the group. And it's not a problem with Rage, but I think Bruce low-key starts feeling some type of way. I'm gonna just say what's substantiated. I'm not gonna speculate on this. I'm gonna tell y'all what I've seen and then tell y'all my deductive reasoning. So I've seen videos of Bruce where he like got on Omegle or on that little app where you can like talk to random people, and he'd be like, oh my god, like when it was loading for the person, he's like, oh my god, please don't call me Kai's friend, please don't call me Kai's friend, before people got on there. Because what does that tell you? In his interactions with people, as he started hanging around Kai more, they start calling him Kai's friend. They didn't even know his name, or he would be like, please know my name, please know my name, right? So you know, for somebody like him that has a big ass ego, that's been doing this for a long time on Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, you know that gotta mess with your ego a little bit if people don't even recognize you as you when you built your whole brand by yourself, and they start recognizing you by somebody else to where they don't even know your name. So I could see how that could hurt a little bit. That could hurt a little bit, because it's like, damn, I don't even have my own individual like personhood no more. Like, y'all are looking at me like this guy's friend, you know? So I think that's when the shift started to happen. That was probably like last year sometime. So after that, it's like Bruce started having like more and more problems with Kai. I forgot. Y'all can let me know in the comments on YouTube, like, what was the thing that happened last year where Kai, Rage, and Bruce kind of fell off with each other? I can't remember what it was, but the fans kept wanting them to get back together to do content, and Bruce didn't want to do it no more. He was like, oh, I remember what it was. He was like, oh, they're just using me for content. They don't actually care about me. I disappeared for weeks and nobody hit my phone up unless it was about content. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, that could be true. But it's like, if y'all work together on content, why would it be a problem for them to hit you about content? Unless you're basically feeling like people are just focused, like they're just focused on money instead of a friendship, which is basically what it felt like he was trying to get at. So when I started hearing that, I was like, okay, so he's trying to imply that Kai and Rage are just money hungry and only care about content and don't actually care for him as a friend. So I was like, I wonder if it's really just that, or is he feeling a little different now that the tables have turned and Kai's on top, and he feels like maybe he's undervalued, or like his value isn't there, or maybe people don't appreciate him like as a person. Because like I said, when all three of them first started, Bruce, I'm gonna show y'all the person because some of y'all don't know who Bruce is. Bruce was the guy on top. That's facts. But Kai and Rage start going up really crazy, really fast. And it wasn't just Bruce, but Bruce was definitely a part of it. Like, people are gonna underrate Bruce community embracing these two, helping in their growth. But that is a fact. His community is strong as fuck without them. And when they all work together, it made all of them grow a lot more. But like, Kai and Rage growth was like disproportionate to his because he had already grown a lot. Bruce had already grown a lot. I told y'all he was averaging like 30,000 views, 30,000 plus subs. Like, that's pretty fucking good. Like, that's really up there. So I feel like at the end of the day, Bruce start feeling some type of way because Kai start really going up and people start not seeing him as an individual anymore, and they start to not value what he brought to the group, and he feel like those two are only focused on content and money rather. And then he also feels like they are just like, they're compromising themselves for money. So basically he feels like they're not being fully authentic, because I heard him in multiple videos allude to, oh, a lot of these niggas are fake, a lot of these people aren't what you think IRL, a lot of these people are da 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 da. And I've always felt like he was talking about Kai. He never said his name, but it's like, who else is he talking about? Like, I'm sure he's talking about some other people, right? Entertainment industry is fake as hell, but I felt like mostly he had to be talking about Kai because he was always cool with Rage. Kai's the only person he start distancing himself from, but they just recently started kind of bonding or getting a little bit closer together again, and that's when the DMs leaked about what he was saying about Kai. So that's how we got here. That's my perspective as a viewer that's watched all three of these guys, and y'all let me know what I think. I could be completely wrong. Even if you disagree, still leave a comment, let me know what you think about it. But that's my take going into it. Now, for me, I am a fan of all three of them. Like, it goes from Rage to Bruce to Kai, but I respect all of what they do. And I can understand how, if you feel like you're being authentic to yourself, like Bruce, and you're like, I'm not compromising, I'm not gonna overreact to things just to get like views and shit, right? And you feel like the other two guys, he basically feel like these two dudes are playing a character to keep their audience entertained and to keep, you know, the money rolling in, more than being like authentic to themselves. And he's been standing on the fact that he's gonna just stay himself even if it doesn't get the most views, because he'd rather be authentic than be like them. That's basically how he feels from what I've heard. That's not verbatim what he said, but that's just my conclusion based on what I've heard from them. Now, we're gonna hear what he says. I am very curious to see how he responds to this, because I feel like the only way you could, the right way to respond would just be take accountability, don't deny nothing, because like Kai said, he tried to tell him the DMs that he saw were from when they were still beefing, which that's not true. So it's like, okay, I already see you trying to downplay. Like, bro, you gotta be a man and just take accountability, say I messed up, and you know what, there's some certain reasons why I feel that way. You know, that's how I want him to go about it, but he's his own person. But regardless, I'm not gonna cancel him. I still have a lot of respect for this man. Like, he grew up in the same city that I grew up in, Riverdale, Georgia. Like, it's not that many people that make it out of Riverdale, Georgia crazy, you know, but at the same time, I'm not gonna be mad at people for looking at him a certain way because it just does look funny in the light. Like, you can't get around that. So, you know, I still got respect for him, and I don't believe in canceling people because I genuinely think he has some issues that he needs to work through and grow through as a person. But at the same time, other people do have the right to separate themselves from you when they see that you have some like things that are like questionable, you know, that you do. But I'm still gonna like support him because I feel like everyone's made mistakes in terms of communicating or not being honest with how they feel and all that. So I honestly, if he even doubles down on what he said, I could respect that. Like, I could respect him doubling down on the shit. So that's my full take on it. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. I've been yapping, #1 yapper in the world, no cap. 11 minutes of yapping before the video. So I'm gonna try not to pause that much. But let's go. King Swear Purple, what's good, fam? Welcome on in. Thank you for stopping by. How you doing tonight? Arcadia said this is what happens too much. Honestly, I think Kai did the right thing. Facts. Had left a group of people like Bruce, they do not change, right? And the reason why is not even that like people can't change, it's that there is something critical inside you as a person that makes you feel that way, which is, it's a core problem. Because if you look at all the things he's had the ultimate success. He's had, you know, the one of the best like come up stories. He's been streaming since he was 13 in his dad's house and in his mom's house, like got his mom a house, you know. He's done incredible things, just got to do it kick. But at the end of the day, this just goes to show, and he said this in his video on his other channel, just because people have things doesn't mean they're all happy and everything's good. It's not as great as it seems. And people like Rage already said that he gets really emotional about like the stuff online, so I know this is gonna hit him hard. And at the end of the day, like, I hope he can find a new community, because getting exiled and the way he's about to get treated by everybody now in the community, like especially the black streamer community, is not gonna be good. And he's gonna be exiled and looked at crazy, and people aren't going to associate with him no more. So it's probably gonna hit him hard. And if I had to guess, he's gonna take a break, probably. I mean, he probably can't take a break because he has obligations for Kick, like streaming hours, so you know he's not taking a break actually. But I'm genuinely concerned about his mental health, because even if he did fuck up, I know the internet is just fucking ruthless. It is ruthless. So I just hope his support system around him got him, because this is gonna be this is gonna be bad. This is just gonna be a really bad time for him, and I just hope he doesn't say nothing that makes it worse. But like I said, it's a moment of growth. Like, some of us have to get exposed for how we act or what we say in order to change. Sometimes you need that shame in order to change as a person. And I hope whatever insecurity he has or whatever core issue he has, I hope that he can heal from that genuinely as a person, because it's probably some trauma, you know. It's probably some trauma, it's probably some insecurity, which he shouldn't, quote unquote, shouldn't be insecure, but people still are. So, you know, that's real life.
I know.
Okay, let's see what he said. Let's see what he says, y'all. I'm done yapping.
Majority of you seen. I woke up to it after a stream. Actually, I'm gonna try not to curse, to be honest with you, because that's coming from a place of anger, and I'm nowhere near angry. You feel me?
Yeah.
I thought Fat Paw got leaked. I woke up in disarray, you know.
Damn.
Sorry, I cursed again.
Imagine waking up to your messages getting leaked. Like, that just, like, the fact that he even put what he said in a group chat where people can screenshot and record without him knowing is insane to me. I don't care what nobody says. Like, that is insane. Like, you gotta move different, especially if you talking shit about some people. Oh man.
But Siggy had hit my phone. He was like, yo, like, he was just like, yo. I'm like, yo, did the day come? But it was supposed to be a day for this to come. I'm not mad at it, you know.
What you mean
those
by that?
messages were me. indeed were me. I take full accountability for all of those. I don't know, some of those might be photoshopped now by now, but majority of that was 100% me. And you know, hurt people and say hurtful things. And at the time of those things where they were said, I can definitely say from the actions of other people behind closed doors, I was hurt, you know? So, and that doesn't validate.
So what does that mean? What do you mean by that?
I said, because I don't need to validate any of those things, because they are old things that was said. If you can match the, you know, the context up with the dates and everything and how I was talking, I think majority of it was like 2 months ago, summertime, but that doesn't change the fact that it was said. And me, I'm telling you, I don't take back any of the things that I said, me personally. And that's not me being an asshole. That's not me trying to be boastful. That's just me being a grown man. I said those things. I said some of those things to those people off of the internet. So it's no different. It's really no different. And to be honest with you, I don't expect y'all to don't view me as an idol. Don't view me as nothing other
just
than
a
who
person.
I am, which is Bruce. So I don't really care to like get too deep into my business, because it happened to me and said to me. Stuff was said to me, you know.
Donation.
God, what the go on, yo.
Try you, Brucey.
I'm taking full accountability, bro. I don't know why. I didn't even look all too deep into the internet and what was said about me from other people, but I'm nipping all this in the bud. Don't think it's gonna be a tit for tat thing with me, because I done already did that with abundance of and I'm not here for that. I'm 23 years old and I'm acting my
Maturing.
age. So you guys should as well. And that's my only like advice that I could give to you guys. And then
what does he mean by that?
To whoever think they can add their 2 cents in when they're not included. So
okay. I think he's talking about, I don't know, like every black streamer that reacted to it. HI, he talking about us. That's okay. You can feel that way, Bruce. You know how this shit work on the internet. You know how it works, bro. Yo, what's good, Jordan? W-Ray. How you doing, Jordan? Yo, at the end of the day, this man is a human.
Let me see. Pretty much hit the nail on that.
So basically, he's saying, Rage, you need to mind your business. Well, Rage was in it technically, so he might not be talking to Rage low-key, because Rage was included. He was saying something about Rage. That's valid. Never mind.
I also seen people talking about in my DMs what I would need. Am I mentally okay? Let me tell you something, y'all. When you close that app and realize that shit don't affect your day-to-day life unless you let it, that shit doesn't get to me in the slightest. I'm sorry. I woke up every single other day waiting for my life to change in some type of way, and it didn't. And I'm completely in the wrong. What was done in the dark shall come to the light, and that's just not for me. And when it comes to the light, you better, you feel me? Be here to stand on it. Have faith behind God, because no matter what, this shit could happen to anybody. And if it happened to one of you motherfuckers, I know damn for sure it's gonna look worse than what I was saying.
That's facts. Yo, I was saying that too. I was like, look, this is why I don't agree with the person that leaked it. Because I know every single one of these streamer niggas, content creators, I know for a fact, majority of them are talking shit about each other behind their back. That is facts. Even YourRage said that when he was responding to the whole Bruce thing. He said, yo, these streamer niggas are weird. They're always talking about this person, that person. I'm like, wait a minute, didn't they do content with so-and-so, so-and-so? You know, how is this what y'all are saying? So I'm just saying, like, if y'all's messages got leaked about other people, y'all would be shook. I'm just saying. So
And
I can only imagine.
I'm
good,
trying to
Jordan. We're just reacting to drama.
Two different people, but man, shit could have looked way worse, and I could have said it way worse. And the things that I said, they were worse because it hurts people's feelings. It hurt people's feelings. And like I said, going back to hurt people, you know, at the time, Yeah, my feelings was hurt, bro. Should I have said those things to a nigga in my group chat that's 300 pounds with a diabetes patch on his forehead? No. Come on, fuck no. Bruce wasn't thinking there. I should have went to the source.
Donations.
Let me mute this. I didn't even have this open. I don't even know how y'all don't right now, y'all. I was in a moment of vulnerability right there. Vulnerability.
We can tell.
And that's why it's just like, bro, come on, bro. Going to that where people are validating these negative opinions that I have because they also fuck with me as well. That wasn't right. And I know millions and millions of other people do that within their friend groups, but it's all about going to the source, the root of the problem, and that I did every single time. Everything that y'all seen, bro, most likely not even old, but the simple fact of it, it was already handled from myself. So it's just like I hit up niggas' phones before I turned this stream on. I wasn't just gonna turn the stream on in a rush because niggas was hating on me on Twitter, trying to figure out what's going on, comparing me to anime characters and all this jazz and shit. Sorry for cursing, but yeah, like I had to really take my time with this shit because it's coming from the heart, not no PR team. And I'm in the wrong 100%. Now, do I expect you guys to fuck with me? Do I expect to be friends with any of you? I'd rather much not very so. I haven't been friends with these people in a long time, and I've separated myself from those people since. So I don't expect nobody to fuck with me. To be honest, if you don't mess with me, I don't really care. I don't care to be liked. I'm already loved.
Okay. He's chatting because Kai literally said he was just talking to Bruce the day all this happened. So it's like, but I mean, he's probably legit with his feelings though, that he literally just doesn't want to have nothing to do with them. Like,
and that's all that matters to me. So the people feelings that I hurt, I apologize.
He said, wow, what is that?
I'm more so apologizing to my core community because I know y'all sick and tired of defending this fat nose. You feel me? Like, but don't even think y'all gotta do that, man. The only thing I need is God, and we all do. Oh, we very much all do, and we do. But man, yeah, that all came from the heart. To be honest with y'all, so that's really all I have to say on that. The people that was mentally checking up on me, like trying to figure out, yo, you good? Like that shit is such a bummer. This shit is so high school, man. Y'all didn't have to do that. Don't think like for one slight bit my mental failed because of this.
Okay, Bruce, but they were checking on you because you about to get a lot of hate. Like, it's okay. He know he fucked up and he's hurt, poking his chest out. Honestly, this is the most like humility I've ever seen Bruce get on camera with. How you doing 8 times? This is the most humility I've seen Bruce get on camera with. Like, he's trying to like level it out, but at the end of the day, I still think he's saying he's saying the right things. He's hurt. But honestly, I think it's good for him to admit that he's hurt. Because, a lot of times men don't get to acknowledge that. And I think that's part of the reason that it ends up turning into like hostility. Because men aren't really allowed to express those hurt feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was hurt, and men don't really have the space to be in that realms where they're in their feelings like that. He's not saying what he wants. Yeah, he's not. I mean, but he has to say this though. He's trying to be hard. I don't know. I don't think it's complicated. Black men, the way they're expected to present themselves is very difficult. It's very complicated. So I feel like, yeah, it's very common. So we're watching this this whole drama thing. Bruce is responding to the drama that he was in with his DMs getting leaked, with him saying some crazy shit about Cenat. It's sad, but like I will give him his 10s for being able to stand on what he said. It's our choice to stay in that box straight up. Oh yeah, it's definitely a choice, but I think having the humility to admit that you're wrong is a good example to set for a lot of the people in his community. I'm glad that he didn't just I mean, he stood on what he said, but he didn't just double down and be like, oh, I said that and that's it. Because I think it's important for the people in his community to see that, hey, I was wrong. We don't gotta justify this. I fucked up. I should have went to him directly the first time. And it was not smart to vent to randos in my group chat. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to post that people were coming here because he knows he's about to get that people were. Yeah, like, you know, he's trying to play it down. I get it. You know, people checking on you is very legitimate in this time because the amount of opinions and circulations and people saying this and that, like, that can get to you. Like, you're not, he knows he's not immune to it, but I know he's not gonna say that. But respectfully, like, the people who are checking in are some real ass people. If they were legit, I hate that shit. Just say, hey guys, I know I fucked up. Please don't give me. Well, he was talking about the people that were like just genuinely checking on his mental, you know? They were genuinely trying to see like if his mental is okay. He's trying to brush it off, like, oh, that don't matter, you know, this not gonna. No, bro, like it affects you. He's talking about his critics. No, he's not. He's talking about the people that checked on him and asked, is his mental okay? He said anyone who criticizes him as a child. Where did he say that? Oh yeah, admitting is the best way to avoid more problems. Facts.
Mentally checking up on me. Man,
I didn't hear him call anybody childish.
Yeah, that all came from the heart, to be honest with y'all. So
when he said he's gonna act his age,
that's really all I have to say on that. The people that was mentally checking up on me, like trying to figure out, yo, you good? Like, that shit is such a bummer. This shit is so high school, man. Y'all didn't have to do that. Don't.
Oh, he said it's high school.
Like, for one slight bit, my mental failed because of this. It needed.
Yeah, he said it's high school. I get why he feels that way, because it's like as soon as something happened, a bunch of people that start texting you that don't even talk to you like that. But then again, I feel like there's at least some percentage of them that genuinely cared, you know. But he's just gonna disregard it all. Like, everybody just want to be in drama, which some people do just want to be in drama. Some people do, but sure, he had somebody in there that actually gave a fuck.
It to happen, and I'm happy that it happened. So the fat, overweight nigga that leaked it, you did God's work, man. Now look at you, still in the same position you in.
Facts, because if nobody checked on him, he would be feeling some type of way.
And that's I hope it gets better, man.
He just doesn't know how to express that. I think bro, I just feel bad because I think this is a big issue that a lot of men and black men deal with. And it's like, you know, while on one hand I could be like, okay, I could agree with you that it's a choice to stay in that box. I also feel like when you don't have a model for how to express your emotions in a full range, what the fuck are you supposed to go off of? Because everything in society is hyper masculine. Like, even for me as a woman, it's hard for me to learn how to properly express my emotions because I had a fucked up model. Like, there just was no good example of healthy expression, communication, any of that. So I'm literally having to learn all this shit like in real time. So it's like if somebody judged me by my worst moments, I'd be a fucking horrible person. But I know I'm not a bad person. I know that I'm a person that literally did not know how to fucking communicate or regulate my emotions, and I'm having to actively learn that shit. So if I'm looking at somebody else that clearly has a fucking problem with that, and I know being a man just compounds the difficulty, I have to be honest and be like, you know what? I just gotta give this person grace. Like, a lot of people aren't gonna do it, but as someone that's going through it myself, I feel like I have to be able to look at somebody else with that same humility and knowing that we all have shit that is fucked up that we do, and we all have fucked up tendencies, and none of us know how to do shit perfectly. So I'm not gonna look at somebody else and be like, oh, they need to da da da. No, sometimes you literally gotta go through the fucking ringer before it finally clicks, or you finally be like, okay, you know what, I really got to figure this out. And a lot of times it's with your friends. A lot of times it's your friendships that push you to grow and realize and look in that mirror and be like, I got some shit I need to address. I gotta figure this out. And it's not gonna happen by yourself. And, you know, hopefully people have friends and community that they can grow with, but everybody's not gonna be willing to do that. Some people, for their own sake, gotta cut you off and be like, you know what? I gotta distance myself because this isn't healthy for me. And of course, like, we just gotta respect that. But you really gotta appreciate those people that stick around even through you being an asshole, and you being that person that's really just like, you're not molded yet. You didn't get that healthy molding as a person, like as a child, with how to do stuff. And you know, it's like a lot of men, if they express their feelings, you know, they got punished for it, they got beat for it. So I know that a lot of times the only valid way of a man expressing himself is through anger, hostility, maybe flexing on somebody or big up in that. So it's like, because I understand that, I know a lot of people don't, but because I understand that, that's the lens that I look at most people through. Because I feel like if I can understand that about myself, I need to start applying that to other people, to not be as judgmental, but be a little bit more understanding. But it doesn't mean you can't still hold people accountable. Like, I've been honest about like how I felt about everything. You know, it's not okay, and I'm glad he admitted that he was wrong. But at the same time, it's like, if I can see how hard it is for me, I know it's gonna be harder for him. And it just fucking sucks that, like, I feel like society produces people like this, you know? And then especially when you're really good at what you do, then you get surrounded with yes men, and you don't have nobody around you that can keep it real with you to prevent something like this happening. And that's the part that I hope gets fixed. And I hope he does go to therapy, honestly, because dealing with the internet and these dynamics, it's just different. And I really feel like he needs a support system that can help him learn how to like express himself and communicate better, because he probably needs to like heal from a lot of shit he went through. So, you know, I'm just saying, what did you say? He knows people are still gonna call him a snake, so he's disregard the bullshit. Yeah. I mean, Kai called him a snake. Arcadia said, I'm autistic with two autistics as parents who hide their emotions. We gotta go get help. Therapy and shit is hard, but we gotta do it. Yeah, it's definitely not easy. Like, it's definitely not easy. And you know, it's a lot, bro. It's just a lot of barriers that I can acknowledge in our community, to where it's like, even mental health, it gets weaponized against people. Like, oh, go get some help, you know, that gets weaponized. So it's like, that contributes to the stigma about getting help, you know, mentally. And then there's this mentality in the Black community where it's like, oh, you if you get therapy, you're weak, or you need to be able to figure it out yourself, which also leads to the stigmatization of you know, mental health care. So it's like, and then it's like, when you're a man, it's like, boom, there goes another thing on top of it. So it's like, damn, like, there's so many things that are like making it even harder. And then it's not even like a guarantee that you get a good therapist. So it's like, realistically, that's why I feel like community and people that can be real with you and hold you accountable are really like the first line of defense. Because if you don't have that, then you don't really have like healthy structure in your life, because even the therapist, you can only go to them so many times. They're not going to be able to be there in the day-to-day to see what actually happened. But if you got close friends that can keep it real with you, then they're going to be able to call you out and be like, no, I saw how this went, and this wasn't that. Stop trying to twist it. Like, no, you fucked up right here. You got to have people like that around you. And if you get them out the way because you're successful and everything, then it's like, damn, okay, damn, you really not gonna have nobody. So, you know, I pray for, you know, Bruce and other black men and men out there, you know, to have help through the process of navigating how to become a better person without having good examples, and without really knowing where to start either. That's the other part. It's like, where do you start? Because a lot of times it's way deeper than what we even think before we really like get into like our trauma. Because, you know, some shit, it just be normal. It's just normal to some people, you know what I'm saying? And you got to get past that, even recognizing, hey, this is not normal, this is not acceptable, and this is why, you know what I'm saying? The best thing is definitely to seek therapy. Yeah, but I mean, it depends on who you are. I have a nuanced opinion about therapy. Although I think therapy is a great option most of the times, I also acknowledge that there's some limitations to it. If the person's honest with the therapist, if they have a good therapist, um if they can afford the therapy, you know, are they getting the right type of therapy? You know, it's very complicated. And I acknowledge that even though I personally think therapy is a good thing and it would be good for most people, the other side of it is that it's good for most people. There's also an element of it being not as good as it should be for men. Like, I definitely think there's some things that make therapy in some cases not as effective for men as it should be, which I think that will evolve. I do think that will evolve. But the other part of it is that I think that there's more than one type of therapy. I don't think all the therapy has to be one-on-one, you know, with a therapist. I think, you know, you could have like counseling, you could have like group therapy. I think like the group therapy is a really good thing, because I think it could be formal, and then I think there could be like informal group therapy, which is why I always emphasize community, because I honestly feel like strong community with boundaries, with standards where you're elevating together and there's accountability, I think that is honestly probably the most accessible and effective thing for most people in our communities, in the Black and Latino communities, because we already have a very strong sense of community. And you know, I think certain traumas like definitely need therapy, and then some other ones, having people that relate to you can be a form of therapy. Because like, say for me, I'm not in a formal therapy group for lupus, but whenever I find someone else that has lupus, um when I have someone that I meet that has lupus, when we talk about and share our experiences, like that is a form of therapy that I'm not going to be able to get from a therapist. So I definitely think it's like different levels to it. And overall, I just hope that people can get help and open themselves up to it. Some people, Arcadia said, my entire life I've been fighting because no one gave a fuck about me, so I expect people to get their shit together eventually. I feel that. A-Time said, yes, some people view help differently. Saying you need therapy to someone is different if you told them you need someone to talk to, even if it's the wording. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because some people, they'll weaponize that help. Oh, you need help. You know, I've heard that weaponized against. Oh, and it just really fucks up people's perception of therapy and just makes them just averse to it because of how it's being used around them. Because in a lot of times, it can't be people that even really do need help. You know, it's bro. Yeah, I mean, but a lot of times it's family. It's family. I've seen it happen. You know, it's happened to me, it's happened to, you know, other people around me who are very traumatized. It's disgusting, because then it ends up making that person resistant, or it can make that person resistant to even seeking help because of how it's been programmed in their brain by everybody around them, you know. And that's just, I just hate to see that. So that's one thing I always fight against. If I see it, I'm always gonna call that out. Arcadia said that's true, but the best thing is definitely to seek therapy. I am like the family therapist, and everyone is like talk like the white people when I want to scream. Yeah, I feel that because like everybody in my family definitely come to me with their issues. It's crazy. 8 times said it's very helpful. I agree. Therapy can promote good healing for sure. I mean, I love my therapist, and she's actually leaving, and I hope she, her private practice gets my insurance because she's very good, and I've had her like 2 years now, and she's the only reason I can even still have like confidence telling other people that there might actually be good therapists out there. Because if it wasn't for her, you know hope might have been lost. You got to really find the right person. You might have to go through multiple people. That's the thing people don't understand. I think we got to like be a little bit more honest with people about how difficult the process is. That's the thing for me. Like, now being on my side of it, I can tell people, hey, you need to do this, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's easy. You're going to have to prepare yourself to have some resilience and persistence throughout this process, because it might not work well the first time, but that doesn't mean you have to give up. That's the messaging that I've given people since I have my experience now. Arcadia said all of it is the same. Go get help, go find people to help get a start. I wish more people had access to it. I've honestly never had good friendships with someone who was as physically fucked as me. When people do that, you need to genuinely cut them off. Motherfuckers be traumatized laughing at you for getting help. Nah, family's good family. Oh yeah, that's facts. I have no real family. I'm kind of alright. I cried when my first therapist left. Like, so I feel like I lost one person I could trust. My first good therapist after my mom died. Rest in peace to moms. Thank you for the alert, Abigail. You're definitely right. I was ready to tear up when my therapist told me. Like, she told me at the end of the appointment she was leaving, but she was saying she was gonna work with my insurance to like try to get them so she can accept the insurance. So hopefully they do get that paperwork, because I just don't want to start over. I don't want to start over. Like, I borderline feel like if I can't have her as my therapist, I don't want a new therapist. I know it's not good to think that way, but like that's genuinely how I feel, because you spend a lot of time explaining a lot of details for the person to have a full scope to look at you and your experiences with. So like the thought of starting that all the way over with somebody is like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That's a little too much. But yeah, I had to start over like 3 or 4 times now. Yeah, it's I applaud you for it, because it's just not fucking easy. But like, if I have to, I will, of course. I'm getting set up with a psychiatrist down here. My therapist is still in Atlanta, but she's gonna have like a virtual therapy service type vibe, so I'll be good either way. But I said that to say, at the end of the day, like you said, Arcadia, all family is not good family. But like I said, the thing you gotta get to the point where you realize that what you're used to isn't okay. And for some people that happens way later, and it can be a friend holding up a mirror to you, it could be a partner, it could be another family member, it could be, someone you work with, but it's gonna come out at some point that reveals to you the way that you learn how to do things is wrong and is not helpful to you as a person. So it's like, the best thing you can do is, as soon as that you get that aha moment, you be like, okay, let's address this. And for this guy, it could be right now. He's only 23. Some people don't get that aha till they're in their like 30s, 40s, 50s. So the way I look at it, he's pretty fucking early in his life. So I think in this fashion, he has no choice but to look in the mirror and figure out why he feel the way he feel. At least, if nothing else, get to the bottom of why you feel that way, because that means you're not happy about some other shit. And that needs to be the issue, because it probably manifests in more areas in his life than just this. I have to wait to get like genuine trauma therapy so I can get a long time therapist. Honestly, I feel that, because like I definitely need a couple types of therapists. I need a financial therapist. I need a childhood trauma therapist. So like, and those are expensive, but like down the line when I can't afford to invest in those specific things, it's gonna happen, because it's just, we gotta rectify a lot of things like for me to like go where I want to go in life and be the person I want to be, you know. Yoshi say got you tab, heading to rest. Yo, I hope you have some great rest tonight. Thank you so much for the tab. W Yoshi chat, make sure y'all drop them a follow.
Possible, my Lord and Savior. I don't need nobody. I don't need no collab. I don't need no nigga naming my videos. I don't need none. I'm blessed to have what I have, and I'm cherishing that, and I've been cherished that. So I don't need shit. Fuck the industry. I don't really care to. Don't stop. Don't. If it's over because I'm not friends with certain niggas, then let it be over in your head, because I'm still up in this shit throughout the whole year. I swear to God. On God, gosh. Again and again. Stop. Do not go around dissing folks' name. Don't do that. Don't be childish, y'all. Don't be childish, because I could have came on here the first day that shit even got out and came on here and be childish and said fuck everybody. That's not cool. I'm in the wrong, bro. I am 100% in the wrong. But I'm standing on what I said, and that's just for me, because I was feeling that way. Y'all wasn't feeling that way, so y'all don't have the right to diss people's names, and I'm not even here to diss people's names. It's none of y'all business. This is high school shit. This is why it's just like, no, don't do that. Don't continue to put out negativity. Don't do that. Don't go tit for tat with people, because I'm not doing that shit. That shit burnt out, bro. But the real, you know, I just explained it, bro. Y'all already should get it, and if you don't get it, you know, you don't need to. You really don't need to. And the people that was even spoken about in the messages was hit up outside of the internet. So everything y'all doing on the internet, that shit don't concern me. Everything that y'all saying when y'all talking to y'all cameras, don't think y'all talking to me, bro. That's all I can say. Please don't, because my phone.
Who he talking to? Who he talking to? Okay, now I think he talking to Rage again. I think he talk about Rage again. I'm speculating. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I mean, I can't get mad at him for that. A lot of people made videos and posted it on YouTube, like they did. I mean, he feel like, and I do know, like in Rage video before he posted it, he said he was literally calling him to try to talk to him, but he said he's not gonna talk to him before he makes his video, which is cool. He's being salty about his critics. Oh, he is. I mean, but I mean, who wouldn't feel that way? Who wouldn't? I mean, I don't want him to lie and be dishonest, like he don't give a fuck. I don't want him to say, "Oh, I don't care about what y'all saying." Be honest, like be real. You know, if you feel some type of way about people making a video and putting it on YouTube and making money off of responding to your drama, then express that. Don't hide it. I'd much rather him keep it real than act unbothered when he really is bothered. And you know, like, and I will say, like, you know, when Rage was making his video, he was definitely yelling at him and shit. He was talking to him like he was his dad. So I can't say I just don't get it and he's just absolutely wrong, but I can understand why somebody might not like it.
Phone work both ways, and I'm calling motherfuckers just like how y'all can call me.
See, he's talking about
if you feel away,
Rage.
Don't say it to the internet like I did. I fucked up on that. 100%. 100%, man. I fucked up. But that's all I can say on that. I can't say I take back what I said, because that's how I was feeling, straight up. Hey, look, man. Y'all in here, what I'm going to say to y'all, bro, whatever in the dark comes to light, you lay in the bed that you make, nigga. Period.
Donation.
Simple as that. Back in the sub mode. Bye-bye. Yo, man, listen.
Donation.
It's no need to send hate to him, man.
Glad you're back to FRFR.
Yo, it's love to that man, bro. Real shit. He did the dirty work, what needed to be done, bro. That shit had to get out.
Donation.
That shit had to get out, Chad. It did. It did.
Donation.
Bro, I never was sad, I promise.
Love how you not talking about sending Kai an essay saying sorry.
Dude, because I'm a
Donation.
grown-ass man. I'm a grown-ass man, and anybody who even talks about somebody sending them an apology, when they have, you feel me? Nigga, I'm a grown-ass man. If I'm going to apologize, I'm going to apologize, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being apologetic. Sorry, I keep fucking swallowing this.
Yeah, he right. He did send him a whole essay apologizing. I just feel like you could have caught the nigga at that point. He wrote a whole book. But still, respectfully. But damn, a whole book though?
Shit, it's not like a loogie yet though. Never seen so many parasocials in one spot. I heard motherfuckers was comparing me to anime characters, like all of that. Like, that's kind of crazy, bro. But that should just show you like how old these motherfuckers are. They're literally all 12 years old.
Donation.
Back on
Damn, his
scheduled program. If you fuck
comments.
with
No, the comments not fucking with him. It sucks when the true character is someone you've been watching for the longest comes to light. Keep talking about people behind their backs and then portray yourself as a stand-up man. We're proud of you. He basically said he takes accountability, but doesn't take back what he said and doesn't care to be friends with anyone he said shit about. This is not taking accountability. Bruce fans delusional. Dude, Bruce, I'm disappointed in you for real. You and Cenat YourRage were so close, like y'all could have been unstoppable. Bruce, you're going out ridiculously sad right now. Can't even be a man enough to apologize on live, but sending a whole book to Kai. He did say, y'all don't gotta know if I apologize to Kai or not. He did say that. He couldn't even be honest. While you were here laughing and pretending not care, you sadly prove what they're saying. Hope you get that together. Bro basically just admitted he was a hater from the jump. No remorse after the fake shit he did behind his friends' backs. Needs to be humble. I understand he's acknowledging what he said, but a little apology is the most moral thing to do. I just hope people don't get on his nuts too much. How do you not care but sent Kai paragraphs and reached out to explain yourself, calling him and everything? I've never said something about someone I don't care about and reached out to them and apologized. This is weirdo behavior. If you don't take back the fucked up shit you did and you aren't sorry, you're still know what you said, then why'd you send Kai a whole dictionary saying you sorry behind the kink scenes and now streaming this video? You're acting like a tough guy. Fastest L Bruce has ever taken. Bro needs to actually take some time off and reflect, get himself back to being in a better mental state, in a better place with his friends. Bruce is a scary person. Do the most messed up things, criticize people, drink excessively on every stream, and do the fakest things, then apologize behind closed doors, then lie like you didn't blow their phones up, then get on here and bring up God. Here comes the narrative spinning. He's hurting on the inside. I've been here before, too much pride. He's hurting in private. Hopefully things will make better with these people. By far the most disappointing, unapologetic apology ever. Bro really admitted he was in the wrong, but also said he stood on what he said regardless, which makes no sense, meaning he doesn't feel any remorse for Kai Yachty or anyone else he was dissing in the messages. This whole thing just feels like a way for him to throw his target off his back and move past it as quickly as possible. Bro spouts out positivity about the Lord and his appreciation for everything he has, but it's literally just a way to make himself look just like a bad person. Bruce's actions behind the scenes makes him a snake and a bad person either way. Bro used a God to try to manipulate the situation. Bruce was my most favorite streamer at one point. Seeing all this disappointing, part of me is glad he took accountability, but I'm also mad he didn't directly apologize to Rage Kai Yachty. He just stood there acting like everything's okay when in reality he hurt some of his best friends. Even if he considers them as people from the industry, he still caused pains to the friends he's been through thick and thin with. If he does believe in God, he needs to believe in the fact that bad mouth is someone behind someone's back is just not cool. He needs to act his age and accept the fact he messed up. I love Bruce, but sometimes I feel like his ego is too big, or that he can be narcissistic sometimes. I get where he's coming from, but I don't think I can look up to him anymore. Well, first of all, y'all should not be looking up to him. Y'all should not be looking at him. Dang. They said after his trip to Japan, it's safe to say he's mastered the art of speaking Japanese. I'm dead. You know what? My final thoughts. Okay, here's my final thoughts on it. I definitely can't say what, I can't say this man should or shouldn't do something. I'm just gonna say, ideally, he would have taken accountability for what he said and apologized. I don't think you have to stand on what you say and not apologize to make your point or to be valid with what you said. I think I get what he was trying to do. Like, I'm not looking at it as like malicious with this specific thing as other people. I'm looking at it like he thinks that you got to stand on something in order to be accountable, period. I think you can stand on something that you said and not act like you didn't say it. Say that you're accountable for that, and you can apologize. That's just me. I think you can do both. It seems like he thinks you can't apologize if you're standing on what you say. Like, you just gotta stand on it and own it, and that's it. And that is a very common thing I've seen with a lot of people. But I think you can do both. I don't think because some people look at it like, if you're apologizing but you really said something, then it's fake. And I think that's kind of the frame he's looking at it through, which I just don't agree with that. I don't think you have to act like what you did was okay just because they say he did not owe it to Kai. I definitely think he owed him an apology. I think he definitely owed him. Oh, own up to Kai. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think he acknowledged that it was wrong, but I don't feel like he apologized. I feel like he just gave a non-apology, but like acknowledged what he said, which I feel like that's half the battle. I feel like you need to apologize. But then again, I would say if he's saying that's really how he felt, and because of those things, that's why he's not friends with them, I guess I can't really say like he gotta apologize if that's how he really feels to this day. Like, he's saying that's how he felt at the moment because he was hurt, but he didn't apologize for it, which I guess means like he still feels that way. So I guess if he really does feel like that, there's no reason to apologize. I mean, I would say maybe he should apologize for like talking behind their back, which he did. He did say he didn't apologize. He said I should have went straight to him, which he should have. But like, I think it would have been great. He's storing up a giant front, calling people who meme him a child, acting like, oh, no one should feel away. Oh yeah, I think, yeah, he feels like people shouldn't feel a type of way. I think it's more so that some people recorded how they felt and put it out on YouTube talking to him. That's really where his problem is. He's mad that people are putting it on the internet and like it's getting turned into clips and shit. And I mean, you could be mad about that, but it's like they wouldn't be doing it unless you said what you said. So talking about people calling him, oh yeah, he's definitely calling them childish and shit. But he also really did not like, which I really feel like he talking about Rage, Kai. He's mad at them for putting out videos about it and handling it online, but it's like the tweets went out online. So can you really be mad when people see tweets of you talking about them? Yeah, they're probably gonna put out a video because they need to address what happened. Like, so you can't really be mad at You can't really be mad at them for that. I mean, he's in his feelings, but it's like, yeah, you can't be mad at a video when niggas scroll down a timeline and just see you talking shit about him. Like, of course they're gonna put a fucking video out. Their whole persona that you were talking about is on the internet. So he was way too in his feelings. He fucked up. He made it worse. Look, I think what he's doing the little isolation thing. Like, he's trying to put himself in a corner because he's used to being solo dolo, which I don't think is a healthy thing to do. I don't think that's the right thing for him to do, because I think he needs people. He does care. He's gonna act like he doesn't care. He does care. That's the moral of the story. Bruce cares about what his friends think, and he's trying to cope by saying he doesn't care, which is cap. It's cap, because you wouldn't have been saying shit about them if you didn't care. So we already know that's a lie. But you know, it's just some things you gotta work on. What's up, bestie?
Hi. Okay, hiccups. Hi.
Okay, I'm just gonna assume you don't have anything to say about the video.
About